the Miami Heat American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Going to bring you the NBA right here on 2K Sports. Tip-off moments away, and State Farm presents the starting lineups. And as we break down the game, let's take a look here at Steve Nash.
Well, of course, anytime you talk about Nash, his outstanding court vision and creative passing is the first thing that comes to mind. But, of course, he's also one of the best shooters the game has ever seen.
Steve, you mentioned the creativity he brings. Despite the flair, he's really quite fundamentally sound. He's excellent with his decision-making and understanding of how to create scoring opportunities for him and his team.
They're just off a road trip, and the Heat are looking to settle back in here at home. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
Well, hold on a minute here, Kevin. You've been around this league a while now, and you know there are no gimmies in this league. Even though the schedule looks soft and it looks like they're winnable games, every team can take you out to lunch if you don't pay attention to detail.
Well, this is the NBA. I mean, every team's got talent, and if you don't take teams seriously, then you're in some trouble. So this is a stretch they have to take very seriously, and as long as they focus and play hard, I think they've got a chance to do well.
Chalmers' shot is no good. Miami on defense, and playing the Lakers here for the second time.
Well, they picked up the win against these guys last time out by forcing a lot of the opposing starters to the bench with foul trouble. And the result was a very aggressive offensive mindset on their part.
And to stick with what Steve just said, it was a good old-fashioned slugfest last time out there. There wasn't a whole lot of finesse to the game. Clark, a very physical contest to be sure.
In one phrase, we would call it smash mouth basketball, and that's exactly the way they wanted it. The more rugged the game got, the better off they were.
Now here's Kobe. He's coming off a 16-point.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
And Doris Burke spoke with Mike D'Antoni. Doris?
This is their second time facing the defending NBA champs after losing their first meeting. Coach told me we're going to try and change things up a bit, maybe slow the game up some more. We can't have LeBron and Wade just running out in transition as often as they please. It's clear their focus is defensive transition, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Nash against Chalmers. Here's world peace. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. World Peace has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter.
Well, it is absolutely remarkable how Steve Nash has been able to maintain his athleticism at his age. I think it's a testament to great dedication to conditioning and nutrition. He actually says that he's quicker now than he was as a rookie back in '96, and I don't find that hard to believe because he was heavier. Now, he's transformed his whole body from the time he came into the league until now.
He's had to because of the back issue and other things. And Steve Nash, not the run and jump athlete, Steve, we so often think of in the NBA, but it's his balance and his agility. And when you were running the Phoenix Suns, you saw it firsthand.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think there was a player in the league with better core strength than Steve Nash. Just the balance, the conditioning. He worked so hard constantly on his game and on his body. It's one of the reasons why he's been able to stand the test of time and be so good for such a long period of time.
Well, I heard that LeBron still rides his bike to the arena now and again on game day, and he's an avid cyclist, I guess. And when you're down in Miami, you got to make the most of that Miami weather, don't you?
Yes, you do. Back to Nash. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
I like it. He could have gone for the forced finish, but opted instead for kind of the nice, smooth finger roll. I like it.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Chalmers passed away. Back to Chalmers. Over Howard. And it's sent back by Howard. Nash outside. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Gets it to go. And going back to LeBron, you know, he's always enjoyed bicycles. He said as a kid in Akron, in fact, he'd tool around on his bike looking for pickup games.
I understand that feeling.
Steve, you're a big bicyclist. What do you think about that story?
Well, I think it's great, you know, and he has his big charity event. I think it's called Wheels for Education every summer in Akron, a charity bike-a-thon, encouraging kids to stay active and to stay in school.
Now, here's Nash. After LeBron James's miss. Kobe, that's good.
Boy, it's been a hot shooting first quarter for them so far.
Steve, it's been fun to watch. I mean, the shots are dropping, and it's led to an excellent start.
Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And they really got after it defensively throughout that entire game. All the turnovers they forced tell that story.
Yeah, and that was a major factor, Steve. I mean, the more turnovers they cause, the more they seem to rattle those guys.
World Peace dishes to Kobe. Six on the shot clock. With a step back. Bosh grabs the miss.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Here's Wade.
Guys, he's going to have to be careful here. You don't want to pick up your third foul in the first quarter. And Kevin, he's really solidified his role as the closer on this team. You know, Miami struggled to figure out whether they'd go to LeBron or Bosh or Wade at first. I think Wade has become the guy.
Well, I tell you what, it's nice to have two guys that are capable of closing, Steve. And I agree with you, though. His aggressiveness and confidence probably give him a slight edge in closing over LeBron. You can play great defense on him, but he still typically finds a way to get the shot he wants.
Now here's Jamison. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Passed away. The Lakers with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And Kevin, they would have had to be sensational defensively to compensate for their lack of offense in that game.
Yeah, and you know what, Steve? I don't think they're built to play those kind of low-scoring, grinded-out games. They weren't that time, at least.
The dish to Duhan. Pass to World Peace from downtown, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Duhan. 6 points for Meta World Peace. Fires from the wing. Can't get it to go. And so the first quarter is in the books. Lakers ahead. They're up by 6. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
Tune in this Wednesday night. Paul George and the Indiana Pacers take on LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trailblazers. It's the real deal.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
And I thought they built this lead mainly because of their work on the glass. They really dominated the rebounding totals.
And it takes an effort from all 5 guys to get a rebounding advantage like that. Everybody has to rebound the ball. That's how you finish off your defense.
Well, everybody knows about the big three in Miami with James, Bosh, and Wade. I think the question going forward with the new CBA really penalizing teams for going deep into the luxury tax. It'll be interesting to see how Miami handles that going forward because those 3 guys make up the vast majority of their salary cap. So adding other players may be difficult.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Norris Cole is out there with Allen. And it's LeBron James. Then there's Joel Anthony. And it's Miller in at the 3 slot.
Nice putback. That's why you want guys working hard on the boards at both ends of the floor.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. It's Nash with the drive. Here's Howard. Pushes up. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And as it's been for Miami in the first few years of the Big Three here, they've had to rely on vets coming in and not making too much money. They're trying to sell them on being a champion as opposed to getting fat in the wallet.
Yeah, and it'll continue to be like that, Kevin. There's just no other way it can happen because they really don't have a chance to add any additional big names because they've already got 3 of the biggest names that you could get. So it's about finding the right pieces to surround those guys and see if that's good enough to win a title.
Howard setting the pick for Nash. Outside for World Peace. Dishes to Clark. Nash left side. Got it from 16 feet. Nash has got his second bucket of the game to go.
That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
The Heat trail by 8.
Steve Nash is an 8-time All-Star, a 2-time MVP. I think a lot of people forget about that. And he also has this unfortunate distinction. He's played the most playoff games of any player who didn't make the finals, but that still doesn't diminish what's been a Hall of Fame career.
Those were back-to-back MVP tests.
That's right.
And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Bosh is checked in for Joel Anthony. Haslam comes in for LeBron. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Mike Miller. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. Allen left side. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Allen's got 5 points so far. You go back to Nash, you could argue he's really accomplished everything you could hope for in the NBA except Steve winning a championship, as Clark just mentioned.
Well, it reminds you a little bit of John Stockton, who was probably the dominant point guard of his era. Also did not win a championship. But now with him joining the Lakers, though, you figure he'll have a great chance of getting that ring. He's playing with some talented players in L.A.
The Heat making a switch here. James is checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. World Peace is checked in. And here's Chalmers from the arc.
Really, this isn't going to get it done for him here. I mean, they're pressing too hard. You can see it. They're tight. They're forcing it. You've got to stay within yourself. They're trying to get the three-point game going, but they're trying too hard, and it's backfiring on them.
Duhan with the ball. Wade picks him up. Duhan kicks to World Peace. Good. World Peace has got his third basket of the night.
Now they've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Stephen, that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
And here's Chalmers from the arc. Rebound by Antoine Jamison.
Boy, I am absolutely loving this. They're pumping bodies down there and taking no prisoners, coming away with every board.
Yeah, that willingness to fight for every loose ball is a big reason why they have the lead right now, Clark.
Shot clock at 5. Fader on the way. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Well, guys, Eric Spoelstra is really a young coach, but he's worked his way up from video coordinator to being one of the outstanding head coaches in the league. To be where he is, coaching one of the very elite teams in the NBA in Miami. You couldn't ask for a better position or a better opportunity, but I really have great respect and admiration for the way he's handled that and grown into that position. It's one of the better stories in the league in my mind. That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
36 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's LeBron. The shot is off. And the Lakers going the other way now. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Here's Duhan, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. And it's a 10-point Laker lead.
Great screen there. It sprung him open, and he took advantage.
Wade drives in. That's blocked. Now Duhan, the tray. What an amazing buzzer beater.
Boy, how about that? You want to talk about cool?
And we finished one half of basketball. Lakers lead by 13. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right.
The Cavaliers over at Quicken Loans Arena. And now let's give you a chance to make your pick for today. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time. Welcome back. A beautiful night here in Miami, Florida, as we continue
Meta World Peace with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, he's done a great job of finding the soft spots in that defense. A very efficient game for him so far.
Yeah, and I like what he's done, Steve. I mean, he's made a couple of jumpers here or there, but what he's really done impressively is allow the game to come to him.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Kobe Bryant and Meta World Peace filling out the wings. Howard is out there with Earl Clark, and it's Nash in at the point guard. Oh, and the jam and Wade. What a play.
He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. What a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
Dwayne Wade, a player who's dealt with some injuries over the years. Matter of fact, he deals with bad migraines from time to time. He actually looked into playing with tinted goggles to help with that, but the league wouldn't allow it. They said it would prevent defenders from seeing his eyes.
The pass to Chalmers. From the arc. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Chalmers has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And I think his strength, Kevin, is his ability to deliver in catch and shoot situations. He's very reliable in that regard, so that gives the offense some flow.
You know, Steve, something else that jumps out at me about him is how often he thwarts penetration with his active hands. I mean, he gets a lot of his steals as players try to make their way to the basket.
And going back to Wade and those migraines you were talking about, Clark, the league said he couldn't wear tinted goggles. Might have been a stylish look, but Steve, they said that it was an unfair advantage.
That was a surprising ruling, Kevin. I'm not sure where the advantage would come. I guess because you can't see his eyes, that it would put the defender at a disadvantage. But still, you think they would give the guy a break with migraine headaches.
And Kobe, here we go. Poked away. It's stolen by Wade. And now Chalmers pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Well, they're pulling closer every possession. Really playing well now.
Well, they've ratcheted it up a bit here. I mean, expending a lot of energy, but you know what? They're back in it now.
Nash gets to Kobe. With the lead pass. Clark. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And maybe that will stem the tide a little bit. This club hanging on to its lead.
Well, you know what? That was a huge bucket for them, Steve, because they want to maintain the lead, and they got to keep scoring to do that. Simply said, a tremendous rebound and a tremendous dunk. T-squared.
He was a man possessed right there.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you always get from him night after night.
Howard can't hit.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Here's Bosch. Rejected by Kobe. Nash, left side. Nash gets a screen from Howard. Shot from the top of the key. The shot's good from Nash. Nash has got 6.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
Chalmers passes to Haslam. Bosch over Nash. That's Bosch. That time in the assist by Haslam.
I tell you what, he can be an offensive force when he's on top of his game, guys. And he usually is on top of his game.
Chalmers against Nash. It's hauled in by the Heat.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane. And, you know, guys, Mario Chalmers has been a good fit in Miami as that point guard because he doesn't need the ball in his hands all the time. LeBron and Wade can handle it. He can spot up threes. And then at the other end of the floor, he's a scrappy defender as well.
Nash dishes to Howard. Kobe goes in, slams it on the run.
And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right, not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of him, and they paid the price.
And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's now 10 points for LeBron.
And, you know, you look at a guy like Mario Chalmers. I mean, some of his weaknesses as a player are minimized playing for the Heat. He's not a great finisher or an elite playmaker, but again, he you can leave that to LeBron and D-Wade to create and play off of those guys. It really helps his game.
Miami trailing. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
Yeah, you know that Toronto.
Don't do that to him. That was fantastic.
And Clark, the degree of difficulty.
Major.
That was amazing.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's
Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
Ammonia strong finish right there, partner. You hear me? That was ammonia strong.
Yeah, ripped it down with 2 hands.
That's about as high percentage as you can get.
To the paint. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
You know, severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
Jamison with it. Looking for his first bucket of the game. Duhan kicks to Jamison. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Duhan. Duhan's got 3 assists in the game. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Lakers ahead, leading by 5.
On tap next Monday, Paul George and the Indiana Pacers hit the road for a duel with the Denver Nuggets. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Who's at the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's send it out to our Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. And it's the Lakers with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. As their lead grows, so has their defensive effort, and they keep feeding off one another. It's been a statement game for them on that side of the ball.
Okay, Doris, thank you. And that was quite a run, guys. That made a big impact on where we are right now.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, Kevin. It was a major turning point. You know, they really hit on something that in the blink of an eye had them scoring almost at will.
Well, you got to share the credit for that kind of run. I mean, you can't just say it was all about offense. There was some stingy, stiff defense being played, too.
So with Bosch on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Mike Miller is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Allen. Then it's Norris Cole. And it's Anthony in at center. Allen in the post. Off his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Chris Bosh is checked in for LeBron. Kobe's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Kobe. Jamison with a screen on Allen. Kobe, the pass to Jamison. And it's blocked by Bosh. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. A different look for Miami. LeBron, he's checked in for Joel Anthony. Wade comes in for Mike Miller. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. And the Lakers also making a change. Darius Morris is checked in for Chris Duhan. They get it back. Jamison kicks to Kobe. 3-pointer. That one goes. Count it. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Well, they are getting out rebounded here, and it's showing up on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, it's something they're going to have to improve upon if they're going to win this game.
Here's Chalmers. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
Jamison, no luck.
He's just been ice cold. I mean, he cannot find the...
Pour it down that time. With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
Now, here is Morris. Defended by Chalmers. Here's Sacre. Stolen by Bosh. And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball.
Oh, get it! I tell you what, you need to archive that one for the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah, that is a keeper. You're correct.
Man, that was incredible.
Yeah.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
And the Lakers call time here. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's on fire. And they needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
Some changes for the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Zachary. World Peace comes in for Earl Clark. And it's Nash in for Darius Morris. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni had to say to his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
Kevin, I think he's got to demand the ball. They need him to be more aggressive if they're going to take control of this game.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. He feeds it to Wade. Allen takes a three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, Allen is the all-time leader in three-pointers made past Reggie Miller a couple of years ago. So obviously you have to worry about him out there. But what makes Allen so good is that he can also put the ball on the floor, get into the paint, and score at that mid-range area as well.
And he really has a fondness for those corners. I mean, you just can't help off of him. Too much of a threat from out there. You've got to stay connected to him.
And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Kind of been their bread and butter here tonight, that mid-range shot.
Yeah, you know, and living by the jump shot so far, they're living luxuriously and lavishly.
And that one's good by Kobe.
And he has picked it up here in the second half, really lighting it up now.
Well, Heat making a switch here. Haslam's checked in. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Wade. That is good.
You know, everybody seems to be sleepwalking out there on defense, and it's been that way, guys, ever since they came out of the halftime locker room.
Howard setting the pick for Kobe. Ball's not loose. Wade drives in. Shot from 12. And there's another one for the Heat.
Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
On the wing, Kobe. Wade is covering. Over Bosch. Miami grabs the miss. Bosch has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He dishes it to Chalmers. Shoots the three. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, he's getting it warmed up now after that cold first half.
Kobe against Wade. Kobe attacking.
What a huge play.
Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
Yeah, a breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
Chalmers dishes the back. Great tee that time from World Peace. Lakers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And here's Kobe from the arc. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. What a difference in this crowd right now, Clark.
Yeah, they're breathless, nervous, and quiet.
Yep, it is quiet time, Clark. You got that right. That was a huge shot.
And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Chalmers passes to Bosch. Here's Wade. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. That's on Dwight Howard.
They got right to the rim, but got hammered once he got there by the defense.
But that was a nice job taking it strong and forcing his way to the line. Well done.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And thanks to those free throws right there, it becomes a 2-possession game.
The shot and game clock separated by 4 for 3. Kobe sinks it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
One after the other, Kobe taking care of business.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time, milk the clock a little bit.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Well, that took way too long. If they're trying to stretch this thing out, they shouldn't waste so much time.
And he's unable to get the second one.
A chance to tie it up, Clark.
A three would make it happen.
To tie it up. Off target from downtown. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. And Clark, you know, it was quite a day.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.